one flush one. Ball returns in the way. Yeah, baby.
Hey guys, welcome back to JR Pro Shot Vids. Today we're going to take a look at the new 900 Global Reality. So in case you haven't heard, 900 Global is now part of Storm Products. This is our first 900 Global ball review. So if you're a 900 Global fan, make sure you subscribe to this page. There's going to be a lot more content coming out. So the new Reality features the S84 Response solid cover stock wrapped around the Disturbance asymmetric core. It's marketed as a big hooking asymmetric solid bowling ball, so we figured why not throw in the two that we know, the Proton Physix from Storm and the UFO from Roto Grip. Today we're bowling on 41 feet beaten path. We just dressed the lane, so we're bowling on the fresh today, where these types of balls typically perform very, very well. As far as predictions go, the UFO here is a really early rolling asymmetric solid ball, whereas the Proton is a little bit cleaner and more angular down lane and covers more boards. So we're thinking the new Reality here is probably going to fit somewhere in between the two. So all three balls here have the same layout. It's 35 by 5.25 by 45. So Jordan here likes to put stronger layouts on the stronger bowling balls. He likes to see a little more separation. When he puts the same layout on a symmetric versus an asymmetric ball, there's too much overlap. There's not enough of a difference in ball reaction. So with that being said, let's head out to the lanes and see Jung throw some strikes. Maybe.
Jungo's back. Yeah, baby. Really pumped for this one. New Reality from 900 Global. Jungo's first global ball of his life and first non-Storm Roto ball in 10 years. Beaten path here, 41 feet. Break point approximately 10. So let's give it a go. Oh, that was sweet. You know, when this ball, it's an ASIM solid, right? One of the tanks from 900 Global. So when it first came out of the box, it wasn't as furry as like the UFO and like the Proton Physix. So I immediately thought it would go a bit further down lane before I hooked. So the Proton, that same line. Reality went through the pins really well right there. So I think the Proton is going to hook a bit earlier, maybe a bit more. Ooh, threw that one pretty good. Pretty close to the same line actually, I think. Just hooked a little bit earlier, a little bit more, left the 4-pin. Slightly less hook out of the Reality, but a little bit more down lane. All right, let's get all these balls in action right away. UFO beat. Everything's at the same layout, of course. You guys would yell at me if I didn't. Same line. Really similar to the Reality. So I think the Reality still hooks a bit more in the back end compared to the UFO as well, but really close in terms of board hooks. But Proton still out hooks them. Beast from Storm. Okay, let's move a couple left here and let's go 5 left. Slow it down a hair and let's see if it goes through the pins good again. I actually missed a little bit right there and it came screaming back. That was sick. 5-to-1 pattern, so not overly easy, but not overly difficult either. I actually threw a couple shots with it in warm-up, liked it already. I said before I like balls with color purple in it, so every ball that's been coming on is purple in it. I like them all. Same one. A little bit better, kicked up the 10 nice there. Just a hair deep though for where this pattern wants me to play right now. Proton, same line. This, pretty similar in colors. So Proton from in here, this should be the line for the Proton. Reality was just a little bit late. Yeah, dead flush with the Proton there, where the Reality was a little bit late, kicked out the 10 with the the 6 super late. Definitely getting more boards covered out of the Proton here, a little bit earlier as well. UFO. So all these balls were brought back to box finish right before we started. UFO from that line. Might start up a little early and leave a 10 pin here, let's see. No, just a 7. 3 asymmetric solids from the 3 companies, all with slightly different reactions. Proton by far hooks the most. Well, not by far. A couple boards for sure. UFO's the earliest, a little bit flatter. And the reality goes a bit further down lane, makes the corner a little bit harder. A little bit of difference with all 3, which is nice to see, because you don't want any overlaps, right? Question time with Jungo. So if you have multiple balls, or if you want to get multiple balls, are you gonna stick with the same brand, or are you gonna go back and forth? You know, try a little bit of everything. Let me know down in the comments. Okay, let's go, 5 more left. Just a little deep there. Ball goes a little bit too far down lane before I start the hook, that far inside. Left the weak 10. Do that really well. So we're about 10 boards left where we started the video, which the ball looked really well. So as you can see, it just doesn't have enough to get back. Left the pocket 710, right? So just doesn't go through the pins well from that far inside just yet. So for comparison, Proton, where we left the pocket 710, with the reality, this should pick up, hook a little bit more, and hit the pocket nice, get shrink. Definitely stronger. A couple boards at least. A little bit rounder though. It's gonna start a little bit earlier. Hooks more. Actually a really good compliment to the reality if you're bowling on lots of oil. So let's move back to the right. Back to where we started. And flush one. Don't need no edits. Seaman was shaking his head. He didn't like that line too much. Okay, let's go way right now, see how this ball reacts. All right, let's go up 7 here, a little bit back behind the ball, just so we can smooth out that shape down lane a little bit. That was pretty good off the hand. Let's try one more. 4. Hitting the headwind, getting 4 is not too good. All right, let's take the hand out a little bit, overhook there. Actually missed right a little bit there. Came back, looked pretty good. Reacts to hand position pretty well. It's up the back of it there. Smooth out the reaction, as you can see. All right, let's compare it to the UFO going straight up 7 there. I really like the UFO for playing straighter. It's got a really early round shape to it, so helps you out if you want to go straight. All right, missed a little right with the last one, so let's try and aim there for this UFO. Should hook a little earlier, a little bit rounder shape. I think that was pretty close to the same line. Yeah, UFO is definitely earlier, as you can see. Checked up earlier, almost left the weak 10 there, where the reality, a little bit too far down lane, almost didn't make it back to the pocket, right? So I like it a lot. Okay, let's go super far left, have some fun. Okay, let's go 27 at the arrows here, out to 10. Slow hook in the reality. Yeah. Just a little long for in there, but let's go even further left. Let's go 5 more left. Ball returns in the way. Nothing like a giant piece of plastic in the field of play. Whew, a little slow hook around it there. Ball finished really nice down lane. So you can really get this ball to hook if you want to, just by changing your release hand position. Good ball, I like it. I like it a lot. Back to the shop. Reality check. Back from the lanes with the new reality from 900 Global, Jungo's first 900 ball. This ball is sweet. As soon as it came out of the box, it wasn't as furry as like the Crux Prime or the UFO and things like that. So right away I had a feeling that it wouldn't hook as early or as much. So drilled the same layout, went on the lanes, tested it out. Against a Proton, definitely hooks less, 2 to 3 boards. It's more down in the back end though, the reaction, where the Proton is more mid lane, very smooth in the mid lane, very strong overall, where this ball is very strong down lane. And against a UFO, the UFO is really early and flat for me. So this ball is really good for playing like up 5, up 10 on really fresh conditions, sport shots where you really need to control that back end. Reality, a little bit stronger off the back end than the UFO for sure. Similar amount of boards hooked though, as you can see the very first shots I threw, that both went through the pins almost identical. Similar boards covered, UFO, Reality. Reality is a little bit more down lane, and Proton is the beast. This ball hooks Reality by 2 to 3 still. So still the biggest hooking ball I've ever thrown. Close second with a little bit more down lane pop. So I think these two are really going to complement each other really well on really high volume patterns, long patterns, right? Where you got to stick with high end bowling balls, but Proton just might start to leave 10 pins a couple of games in with Reality. So as you can see here, we got the big ASIM solids from Storm 900 Roto Grip. Do you need all 3? No. They all have different reactions, as you can see in the video, right? They're all slightly different. If you're an avid tournament bowler, 2 out of 3 of these are going to be really good. They're going to complement each other really well. Just depends which 2 out of 3 that you like, that you want to have. It's going to really round out the top end of your bag, and this is all you're going to need for heavy oil at the start of tournaments. If you're just building a 3-ball or 6-ball arsenal, right, one of these is good. Pick the one you want. You want the ball that hooks the most, you want the one that's earliest, or you want the one that's most down lane, right? Your choice. But if you're just building a 6-ball arsenal, 3-ball arsenal, one of these is going to be really good for you. So before, I had lots of success with the Halo Solid, discontinued now, but this really reminds me of that. I really like the Halo Solid because it got down the lane a little bit further than some of the other tanks like the Crux Prime and stuff. So I think this ball is really going to fill that gap for me, which I was trying to find. And I thought it was there with the RST, but the RST is a lot off the spot, really angular. So for me personally, if I'm going to bowl on lots of heavy oil or a really long pattern in a tournament, I'm going to bring Proton, the Reality here, and then my RST as the complement to this, just a little bit longer, a little bit more angular down lane. So my question when I was bowling was about brand loyalty, and if you switch back and forth between brands or stick with one brand. And as you can see, the high-end balls from these 3 brands are all pretty identical. So each brand fills out a lineup, a complete lineup on its own. So if you're switching back and forth with similar line bowling balls like this, you're gonna get some overlap there for sure. For example, if you love Roto Grip, get the UFO, right? It's gonna fit that lineup for that particular brand and therefore fill out your bag like the way Roto Grip designs. If you just stick with one brand and get every single ball that they have, you're gonna have a complete arsenal. The similar performance level from all brands are pretty close. I can go on and on about this, like Zenith, pretty close probably, Strata, pretty close, Redemption Solid as well, right? All gonna fit pretty close, all of these. First 900 global ball, really happy. Really reminds me of the Halo. It's even got a little bit of pink in there. So I think in the future, a couple weeks, I'm gonna order a couple more 900 pieces and see how they roll. Really excited about their lineup. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, answer my question. And up next, we got the new Rubicon UC2. Jungle will be back.